encuentro bien interesante el hecho de que freaking al final de ese starting movie Sora con el black chess piece, como si fuera alguien refiriéndose a uno de los dark keyblades.
Mhm.
Estoy hablando de esto ahora porque como que Kingdom Hearts 3 mantenerlo separado de la grabación.
Oh, I'm starting recording already.
Oh, okay. All right. And then it's like it's the 3 iterations of
Yeah.
Terra Aquaventus, Sora Riku Kairi, Roxas, Axel,
And Xion.
and Shion. And then they include Donald, Goofy, Naminé, and Mickey.
Yes.
Those are the poster casts for like the main menu and the cutscenes and stuff. But when you bring it into
Dude.
consideration, that's 13 people.
Yeah, but I don't know where Namanes comes, and
She's
I'm
she's
confused with
still
Namanes.
she's like, isn't she Kyrie's
Nobody.
nobody
Yeah.
or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, but
He just doesn't follow the.
she
She
doesn't
does.
have like everybody in the groups. There's a girl and 2 boys.
Yeah.
A girl and 2 boys. And she's like, I'm lonely.
Yeah, that's the lonely girl. She has the ability to insert herself into people's memories, but she's like the lonely girl. Yeah, but I just found it interesting that like during those cutscenes and all those like screenshots, it's like the 13 people, and it's
Mhm.
like, isn't there supposed to be 7 keyblades of light and 13 dark keyblades? So Sora's holding a dark chess piece. So what is
Mhm.
that like trying to reference?
I don't
You
know.
know, it's kind of like it just kind of messed with me. The fact that it's instead of 7 people for the light keyblades, there's 13 when there's supposed to be 13 dark keyblades. So it's like, hmm. It's like my head's like, don't do this. Don't do this switcheroo on me, please.
No, don't do it.
That would ruin everything.
Dude, I don't know.
So very well. Let's see. Where do we
Do
start
you
with?
like do you
Yes.
like the new designs? That's
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love how it looks. I love how it plays. I have a little bit of a problem. I have a nitpick, and it's the movement. That's just a
oh
nitpick. I talked about it on something I did today, and it's just whenever he starts walking like normally,
yes.
if I push the stick in a direction all the way, I want him to start running. But no, he takes like half a second of moving slowly to then start running, which I kind of understand, but it's like something that they switched from Kingdom Hearts 1 to 2, and they made it so that it was more instant. But then to Kingdom Hearts 3, they changed it back. And it's like, why?
I don't
Why
know
would you?
why they decided to include the flow motion in
It's
this.
Dream Drop. I mean, I do know like they included like bigger world, so they're gonna have to find more ways of movement and how to like expand the world. Like in the
Uh,
first, yeah, like in the first world, like you already played it.
yeah, Olympus.
Yeah, Olympus. Like they include more movement and they to make the areas bigger, give it like more scale. I love it how they have like the way to include like even the Trinity sled move to like move around certain areas with the flow motion and
Yeah.
everything. And I loved flow motion from
It's so
Dream Drop
funny
Distance.
that Sora now can interacts with fire and ice, and when he's burning, he's like, "Oh, oh, I'm hot." And he
Yeah.
never do
Yeah.
that.
He does. Yeah.
Yes, I loved it. I love that he could. Yeah, he never did it before. He would always like just take the damage, but you could still attack and move around and dodge and block. Not anymore.
Yeah.
But I
No.
don't. But I think he's invulnerable during those animations, so he can be like on fire, like trying to put his ass out. but
Yes,
he's
it's so funny.
I haven't seen that be interrupted for him taking more damage on top of it. So I don't know. I guess it was just kind of a design choice because I don't think it's something that actually it just prolongs the fight, but it doesn't put you in more danger. I think. So I don't know. There's just something in the design that they did. I will say this. One thing I don't enjoy too much is I mean I enjoy how they look, but
Yeah,
why can we do attractions now? You know, like I think in the trailer they showed the pirate ship attack.
I
So
did it
you,
in
huh?
Olympus. I did it.
Yeah, you can do it. I unlocked. I was able to do 3 different attractions in Olympus for now
Hmm.
because I haven't finished it all the way yet. Uh, I just got to like Clouds Olympus, like that area, and that's where I left off. Uh, but it's like the fact that we can just do it now. Like they did in the game, they did not give us like a specific explanation. Like it wasn't a power we gained. We didn't see him gain that power. We didn't see anyone explain this to him. We didn't see anyone teach him this. We just do it
Um,
now, and that's it.
I was really confused in the start of Olympus when Sora say that he doesn't have his power, and everybody's like, "You're weak." I'm like, "Why he's weak now?"
It's
Because
his it's because of dream drop distance. Because you know
I
at the
know that
end,
he didn't pass the exam, but that doesn't mean he's weak.
yeah, but don't forget that he got affected by Xehanort. Now, like his heart isn't as strong as it was, like say at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, because during Dream Drop Distance and during Union, Xehanort was trying to recapture his heart
Yeah, I know.
and to make him like his host, but so, kind of like how happened to Terra. So that obviously had to like he got saved, yeah, but for sure that like weakened him. That like made his heart weaker. Like, and he's like, I feel like he's able to be stronger now, but it's just how the paranoia and all that shit. It's like eating at him, you know, like in his head, and like how hearing one. It's like how you're like in a very when you like enter a very depressed state, you'll start like starting to get a little better, but then someone will say just one thing, and even though that thing is completely unrelated to everything else, it'll still start bringing everything else back.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's probably like eating at him on the inside, and like he's not saying it, but the way that you see his character, like spoilers, it's the first move. It's the first world. I'm sorry, uh, but Pete shows up in Olympus, and how he says like, he looks like a wimp now, and like the story doesn't say anything, but the way that he reacts to it and how he looks is like, yeah, something's fucking eating at you, man, and it's noticeable. It's noticeable.
Yeah, it's noticeable. Though I something that bugs me a little bit is Sora voice is a little childish compared to Kingdom Hearts 2.
I mean, hmm, I don't know if they changed voice actors.
No, it's the same.
It's the same. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
But I don't know.
how old is
He
Sora
was
supposed to
like,
be now?
hmm?
How old is Sora supposed to be now?
I don't know, 16, I guess.
Um,
But in Kingdom Hearts 2, he has like normal voice. And now he's like childish.
I
And
don't know. I don't know.
I was like, that's a little bit annoying.
Okay, so it says 14 years old is Kingdom Hearts 1. 15 years old is Kingdom Hearts 2. 16 years old is Kingdom Hearts 3D. So If it's picking
No,
up
he's
right
17.
after, if it's picking up right after Kingdom Hearts 3, he might be doing 16. Maybe by the end of the game, he'll technically be 17. Because the fact that he's like in this like weakened mindset state, I feel like they're gonna pull a Kingdom Hearts 2, which I find very interesting. That they're gonna like present to you all the worlds, and Sora's gonna go on this journey to like find himself, do the mark of mastery, this and that, like improve like a personal journey type thing. And then it's gonna be like, oh no, now there's more monsters in each world. You got to go back to all the worlds. You got to re-meet all the characters, unlock new areas, fight new bosses, and that part is where it's gonna like focus on like, all right, let's freaking end Xehanort. So, so
Yeah,
maybe they're gonna do like that kind of like growth thing. Like maybe at some point, oh no, how is Testes magically zapped away at the start of the game? Maybe they'll like drop and his voice will change a little bit. I don't know.
I hope. But the design that a little I don't like. Even cuando I see the trailer for the first time, Riku's design, I was like, I like it, but you look like Noctex from Final Fantasy 15. I
Damn,
was
that's a
like,
really good comparison, girl. Jesus,
he looks like him. Has the hair,
I
the
never
pants,
noticed that.
the
You're right.
jacket.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus.
cause the director of Kingdom Hearts was the first director of Final Fantasy 13 Versus. That was the first project. Before it was 15, it was 13 Versus.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So
You,
I think he got mad and he said, "Oh, you're not gonna let me be a director? I'm gonna take my design and I'm gonna insert it in Kingdom Hearts 3."
nice. I just noticed that. I also just noticed I looked up a picture for models during Kingdom Hearts 3.
Hmm.
Why does his Keyblade now look
A key,
like
a car
literally
key,
a car
a
key?
car key.
It literally looks like a I don't know what, like a Lexus car key, maybe a Subaru.
Yeah, it looks like a car key.
it's
It's
like
weird.
it's like a legit just like a sleek car key with like the black handle in the back with where like the beeper goes. I don't know, that just looks weird.
I just like Riku's design in Kingdom Hearts 2 because he looks like a bad boy. But now I see him and I like, you're not. Where's Pronto? Where's Gladio?
Would have been nice to see those characters in Kingdom Hearts 3. Or in Kingdom Hearts period would have been really nice.
I think Sora will be best friends with Pronto if that happens.
For sure. Either Sora or Goofy, for sure.
For sure.
Or maybe Axel. Or what's his Lee?
Lee.
Yeah.
It's confusing because he's Lee, but is spell Leah.
Hmm.
But he say, my name is Lee and it's Leah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, he's weird. But I love him. That redhead.
Yeah. Got him memorized.
You gotta memorize. Cyber, are
Ugh.
you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yes.
Yeah, but
She's so quiet.
Zyber's here. Zyber's here for some reason.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah,
So
but
I've
The
been
only Cyber?
I've been reacting all of your comments, and of course we've been all you've been talking about is Kingdom Hearts 3 and your first impressions. It's really important. So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm really happy.
Oh
But
yeah.
I wish there were more, what I say, freedom to choose worlds like before. And when you started, you're going to Olympus, and I was like, I want to go somewhere else, please.
But what if? Okay, all right. So I touched on this. Uh, Not to toot the horn per se. I streamed Kingdom Hearts 3 this morning for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Uh, and I kind of touched on it during it, talking to, I don't know if Zexbyr was there when I mentioned it, but the fact of wanting to go through all the worlds, then whatever event happens, then all the worlds become harder, and then you can go like anywhere and start like grinding for the materials and getting all the achievements and do everything, because that's like the actual like end game open world per se, where you go and finish all separate world storylines and all of that.
No.
So I kind of enjoy. I've always been saying like I like an open world game where you can choose to go anywhere and you have choices of going, but also give me like a good story. And I would find it very very interesting and good if Kingdom Hearts 3 did that. Like the first part is very story based, so it like tells you, it like chooses where to go for you, so you can like experience the starting journey, start seeing how things have changed,
Mm.
and then afterwards you like choose exactly in which order you want to go to like finish all the world's storylines.
Do you think it's really funny that you find little statues, toys of Hercules all over Olympus?
Hell yes, I found Hercules statues, I found Phil statues, and I found Meg statues, and I think I found a Pegasus one as well. I was
Yeah,
like,
but
I started attacking one. I saw that you can move it, and I was okay. So I can't pick it up, but I'm gonna keep kicking it so I can take it with me. And I moved it with me for a little bit until I like turned around, and when I turned back, it somehow
it was gone.
disappeared.
It
Yeah.
was gone. Yeah, I was like, no, no, I want to keep you. Can you come with me?
So I find it interesting that it's there. I find it really really funny, but I also feel like it's
It's a cute detail. It's a cute
hmm
detail.
but
I
I also
really
feel
like
it's like a missed opportunity of like giving every specific world its like little minigame collectibles, like side collectibles, you know?
it. Yeah,
So
that
like
was
her,
a when I saw it, I was like, that's a collectible.
yeah,
But
like it would be cool if it was for sure, but it also, even if it's not, it still kind of fits in the canon, because when you see it, Hercules in the
the
world,
movie,
in like the cartoons and in the movie, a celebrity,
yeah,
so it kind of makes sense that there'd be like drawings and action figures about him.
yeah. I wish they were bring songs to that world, but they're not gonna do it. And
I
people
would.
don't like it. People are really mad with the world on Kingdom Hearts 2, the Atlantica. Sora singing. Everybody was like, why is Sora singing? I enjoy it. It was funny. It was funny.
It's
It wasn't
horrifying.
that great, but it's funny.
They fucked it up.
It was funny.
They fucked it up.
It was funny to see Sora singing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just do like Persona does. Release a completely different game for that crowd of gamers that enjoy rhythm games. Still, for
Yeah.
some fucking reason,
Mhm.
but not in like your main attraction of the game. It's like no, no.
It was
Yeah.
It's
funny.
like if I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 3 and I run into a world that wants to only be a rhythm game, I'm gonna take my my PlayStation 4 to Zyber's house so he can do that part. Because I am doing it. It's like that was my main complaint about Kingdom Hearts 2. Even though it's close to being one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts games before I finished
Yes,
Kingdom Hearts
well,
3. Uh, but
I need to
it's
finish
like my main
Kingdom Hearts
complaint
3
about it.
to do that. But for now, it's 2. 2 is my favorite game.
Yeah, but it would have been nice as like maybe like the majority of it. That's fine, but still give us like moving around and fighting Heartless and stuff. That's fine. Like still in Kingdom Hearts 1, I absolutely hated the Little Mermaid's world. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, I hated it even worse
supposedly
because they
in this
completely took out the
game,
gameplay.
Sora is gonna be camoing, like interrupting Elsa singing "Let It Go."
Good, because I fucking hate that song.
No, but
And
he's
I'm
gonna
gonna,
be there. He's gonna be there watching her. Like, is Elsa singing? And I'm like, are you hearing her saying "Let It Go"?
yes, yes, please mess it up because okay, honestly, I have not seen Frozen,
I haven't seen Frozen. I need to see Frozen before I get to that world.
but I will say this: if there has been top 3 songs that are burned because of people blowing it out of proportion and making it too famous for its own good,
Hmm.
it's Despacito, Vida, Livin' La Vida Loca, and Let It
I
Go.
love Living Loca.
Yeah, I Livin' La Vida Loca and Despacito, they're really good songs.
They are.
Let It
No,
Yeah.
I
Go
hate
is Let It
Despacito. I
Go
hate
is not
Despacito. I,
a
I, I
well
only like it
composed.
when Hatsune Miku sings.
But Let It Go is not a well composed song, but it's still got the exact same treatment of being burned so much that every time I hear it, it's like, God damn it, I gotta hear this fucking thing again.
Oh no. Despacito, I didn't like. I like it when Hatsune Miku sing it. But for now, my first reaction in the game, I really like it. It's like seeing an old friend, and I really love it.
My first reaction is, or my first impression, I should say, is the.
I cry for
I
two
can't
hours
wait. I
straight.
can't wait. I didn't cry for 2 hours straight. I cried for about 20 minutes. Uh, but I still cried. And when I started up the game, I was like, okay, because in the tutorial sequence, one thing I will say is how they changed it to situations from past games. How you would be able to pick like the sword, the shield, and the staff.
You choose now memories.
Yeah, you choose like your memories. You choose like the memory of the warrior, the memory of the protector, and things like that. It's
Yes.
like it makes sense. Like when you first see it, you're like, what in the hell is going on? But then when you
Yeah,
walk
I
up
was
to
like,
like,
what's the shield? What's the staff? What's the sword? And when you pick your, oh, that's so
yeah,
true. I really like
yeah.
it.
And I don't think it said like what you don't need or what you want to sacrifice. I think the first option is what you desire, and the second one is what you need. And it's like, wait, what? So which one am? So what am
No,
I
the first
supposed?
one, the first one is what do you desire,
Uh huh.
and the second one is what you are or what you be, something like that.
But yeah, it's like two positives. It's like there's not something that's clearly like no longer it's this is what you get to focus on and this is what you don't want to focus on. It's like okay, this is interesting but confusing because it doesn't clearly explain what each thing is going to do in that sense.
I was a little confused when I pre-ordered the game. Well, Cyber pre-ordered the game, and I got a blue keyblade, something like that.
Yeah, Midnight Blue.
And I talked to my friends on the
Mhm.
Xbox, and they get a green one. I was like, I want the green one too.
What? What? Maybe it's like a deluxe edition thing. I don't know. I don't know if there's an extra deluxe edition. I just bought like the regular game with the extra games behind it. But Midnight Blue is Mickey's Keyblade.
Yeah, I know, but the Xbox get like something, golden something.
Oh, so you
It's
mean
a
like
green one.
okay, so it's like exclusives. It's like pre-order exclusives for like each platform.
Yeah.
So like PlayStation's like the normal PlayStation background is blue. You got midnight blue,
Yeah.
and then
And the
maybe
Xbox.
green. It gets Xbox. I don't know what PC got. Did they
I
release a
don't know.
PC?
They released a PC game? I don't think so.
Zyber, while we're talking, you get to check that out. Look it up.
Yeah, I'll look at that up. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Something I didn't enjoy was when I started today the game, there was a new update. I was like, they're fixing stuff already?
I to be honest, I told Zyber I expected it to be like 100 gigabytes. When I brought it up and it was like, oh, 37 gigabytes, I'm like, damn! Even though my internet is still shit and it took me like 18 hours to download the whole thing.
Really?
Uh,
For me, it
yeah.
was like 20 minutes.
Okay, well, from now on, I have to go to your house to download stuff.
I bet Cyber was like 5 minutes.
Well, for me, it was like 18 hours. It was like, at first, it would be like, oh, you have 5 hours left. And then for some reason, it started downloading like a megabyte every 2 minutes. And it started saying 72 hours. I'm like, well, shit.
Well, shit.
Uh-huh. So, yeah. But yeah, I gotta say, though, I loved that first Titan fight. Oh my god.
That
Where you gotta,
was
where you gotta
glorious.
Yeah, where you gotta like slow motion up the wall and start like evading stuff. That's where I'm like, okay, like I remember the complaint I said at the beginning of the podcast about the movement in the game.
Yes.
I totally get it now. How Zora takes a minute to like notice the input and he like switches his position on the wall to move, and they do that to fully integrate like a movement. Like the character can't move at command. Like he has to take a minute to readjust himself to be able to move in that position. But Jesus Christ, that game teaches you so much about the movement of your character, what they can accomplish, what they can't accomplish. I also love that they integrated blocking, dodging, and air dodges as
Yeah, I
automatic
really like that.
gameplay mechanics instead of equipable skills, which was amazing.
PlayStation
Nice.
and Xbox only. Only for consoles.
No,
Interesting.
Square Enix. Why are you doing that?
Interesting. So not even a Nintendo port? Huh.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay. Okay.
What Keyblade which had Nintendo?
I don't know. Red?
No, but from where?
I don't know. Mario?
Mario. A Mario
I
Keyblade.
mean, they could excuse it. I mean, when you notice it, it's kind of like their main colors of like your three main characters throughout the games, throughout the main games. So like blue, green, and red are Donald, Goofy, and Sora. Like those have been like their primary colors throughout the games,
Right.
Yes.
and that would kind of make sense, you know, if they like released an extra one and made it red. So that's like one's identifying Sora, the other's identifying Goofy, the other's identifying Donald. I mean, I don't know what the green one actually looks like, and the red one just doesn't exist, so you can't compare it. That's just a theory that I threw out. But I do know that Midnight Blue, even though it could represent Donald, I do also know it's just Mickey's Keyblade.
Yeah, they should do a port. I mean, it's not actually a port. It's just make the game for the Switch also. I mean, this will be not the first game that Square Enix have made a Kingdom Hearts game for Nintendo. We've seen it on the 3DS or the original DS.
Yeah,
So,
And the Game
my
Boy Advance.
favorite game.
And the Game Boy Advance too.
mhm.
Chain of
Yeah,
Memory.
my favorite game in the entire series. It is the only game in the series that is exclusively on a Nintendo console. Like it has not had a port to any other system, which is 358 over 2 days.
No, it has a movie. Doesn't have a port.
It's not. It doesn't have a port. It has a movie. Exactly. Like it's
Yeah.
only available to play on the Nintendo DS.
Yeah,
like
it's
no other
exclusive.
system has it
Yeah, it's
to
exclusive.
fully play.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to play, you need to get a DS. Yeah.
Damn right.
I know you like that game because you can be everybody from the organization. I know.
Yo, I'm saying it right now. I'm saying it right now. Rep the organization. Y'all are talking to fuck dids. Y'all are talking to Sxidd right now. SXIDD. Bring it. What's up? I got my dual Tonfa blades. What you guys want? Bring it. Those are my weapons. Dual Tonfa blades.
Those are blades. I really like Sykes. Sykes was my favorite one to do the side missions.
Oh, the side missions. Mine was a Zexbyr. Sure.
No, Sykes. Sykes and Larcene. Even though she's kind of crazy.
Larcene. I love Larcene.
She's kind of crazy.
I loved her in Chain of Memories. Loved her in 358. I actually hated her in Free Chain of Memories. The port for Chain of Memories for the PS4.
I really hated her in the movie, so in the port of Reaching Memory. She's like, I don't remember her that annoying. I remember Axel being annoying, and he's not annoying on the port.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's like, I mean, at least in the original games, they didn't get like Axel personality down. Like, they made him act like a familiar character when he wasn't familiar yet.
Yes.
So like they had, let's say
in
that
the port that happened, because I remember Axel the first time you see him in Chain of Memory, he was like taunting you and being annoying. And when you see the port, he's like friendlier.
Yeah, because at least because for the port, like it was already known that 358 and Kingdom Hearts 2 was a thing. And Axel's already known as like that character. Like it's already known Roxas is inside Sora, so to speak. Although in Chain of Memories, they're like two separate beings interacting at the same time in different places.
Yes.
But Axel knows this, and it's like he's like in the original game, he's taunting Sora to use more of his power so that he forgets more of his memories, so that his power goes more towards Roxas, and with that towards unlocking Kingdom Hearts. But I feel like the fact of Axel's popularity and the knowledge of who his character is what's kind of like affected how he acted in the port with like all the new integrated and newly shot and voiced cutscenes.
Indeed.
Mm.
Okay. One question for both.
Mhm.
All right. All right. So we all know who Xehanort. Whatever his freaking Xehanort.
Xehanort.
So.
Xehanort.
This old man gives me the creeps sometimes. He's yeah. So I know people are currently playing the last game, which is this is the last official last game.
Please don't.
No, it's not. Don't.
I'm just gonna say I want it to be the last of Xehanort Saga. That's it. Continue.
Okay. So how is it going to how do you guys predict How is Xehanort going to end?
Kind of.
The
Do you want
power
to
of
go first?
friendship.
I guess she does. I guess she does.
Okay.
The power of friendship. I think Sora will try to remind him of when he was young and he has a friend. To remember that light when he has a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got distracted and Sora killed him. I think. But knowing the director, I know he's gonna end it sad or shocking. So I don't know.
Okay. Your turn, Dids.
I feel like this isn't going to be the end of Xehanort. I feel like he's not going to end. I feel like he's not going to die. Maybe we won't see him if they release more games. Maybe we won't see him for a while, but I don't think he's going to go because it's already been stated multiple times that Xehanort is immortal because he has the power to traverse timelines. Like if you reference the prequel movies of the Keyblade War, the Master of Masters, which is the one that gives the original Keyblade warriors that participated in the Keyblade War the power and the envy to start that war. Like he was the Master of Masters, and this is hundreds of years before Kingdom Hearts 1, or Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, as a matter of fact. And he can create clones of himself. He can communicate with past versions of himself as well. So I feel like he isn't gonna end. So I do know about from what kind of said, not the first part, but the second one where Sora would kill Xehanort. Even though I feel like the good ending would be Sora not killing Xehanort, because I don't feel like a light Keyblade should be able to do that. I did talk earlier about how I saw in the cutscene about Sora holding the black chess piece.
Mhm.
Maybe Sora, if Sora were to, a good theory would be like if Sora were to kill him, it would be Xehanort taking over his body because Sora gave into the darkness enough to take a life. That would be like a very interesting theory with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if it were to end, I feel like this is like the Xehanort versus Sora saga, which is how I'm gonna reference it because I do want the games to keep coming out. I do want there to be more games, not in that specific, just not this saga anymore specifically. I would feel like a good way to end it in the way in this saga would be for Sora to not be taken over, but the same way that he gave Ventus sanctuary within his heart, to give Xehanort a sanctuary within his heart, to feel the light and heal within the light of Sora and his friends and the connection that they have between love and friendship, which I feel would be like a more canon signature end to like a saga in this way.
Okay.
If that kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Yeah. Just thinking here.
Yeah. Uh huh.
It's a good
He's got
theory
he's
right
got to
there.
think. He's got to
Yeah.
think.
Alright.
Cyber, you already know I'm like this. You just want me to talk theories. You know me. You know
Yes,
me.
yes. You guys can go ahead. I think we have until, let's see. Uh,
Cyber, I need to wake up 4 a.m. tomorrow. I think
Okay.
we got to 11.
Okay, we got at least 12 to 13 minutes, I guess. So, theory time.
All right, I got a little
Okay.
theory. I got a little theory time.
Who do you think is
Mhm.
Lushu?
Who?
Lushu from the Keyblade War, the apprentice of the Master and Masters.
Oh, Lucian.
Yeah.
It has to be Yensid. That's what I think.
Why?
Because it's this kind of like sage character, and we've never seen like we have never in any Disney property have we seen Yensid represented as uh as a younger character. So I would love to see it. I would love to see it taken back as like as we already know Xehanort can time travel. So maybe go back and get like that like young Yen Sid when he's learning and bring him to this timeline and have the name of Lushu and have it be like tainting his heart because it's already confirmed in Kingdom Hearts that you can take someone out from a timeline but it doesn't cause a paradox in which it affects the older version. It just creates a separate timeline in which that character is taken in a different path. Like it doesn't affect the timeline that's currently working.
Correct. Yeah.
So I really feel like it would be great if it's like that because it's something that hasn't been seen before. Like I said, no one's seen Yen Sid as a young boy, and we already know that like he's a sage. He's over 100 years old. He's famous for that in Disney, and with the experience, he's gained like the ability that he has as like the master wizard of the universe. So I feel like that would be interesting seeing a younger version of himself because it would be something completely new, which would be perfect for like an end saga game to see, you know, like that kind of like originality and creativity. At least that's what I'd like to think.
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense too. Yes. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
it makes a little sense.
A little, yeah.
I think it's Sigbark, because Sigbark doesn't have a eye, and there's an eye in the Keyblade.
Yeah, but the eye's already explained. It's Xehanort's eye.
Where do you get that?
In the Keyblade War movies.
I saw that movie. I didn't see Masters or not eye.
Yeah, it's okay. So there's like this. Okay, so it's already a theory that's a thing, and people are like have been like trying to fish it, but it's like more explained in the Keyblade War movies. But the theory is that the original Xehanort, like the one that started to communicate with the other timeline Xehanorts to cause everything that's happening right now, that Xehanort died, but was but his heart was reborn into that Keyblade, and that's why it has that eye because it's Xehanort's eye. Like whatever that Keyblade observes is what the original Xehanort observes.
I need to
Yeah.
watch. I
Yeah.
need to rewatch that movie.
I need to react on that movie.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's a really good movie, but I guess afterwards I could like send you guys links about that theory specifically.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
guys want to like read on that because it's not something that's like explained fully in the movie, but it is something that it's a reference to, especially when you start thinking about the theory and the fact of Xehanort time traveling and communicating with other parts of himself. Because again, the Master of Master, which gave him that Keyblade, is another version of Xehanort as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? did.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you went silence.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just stopped talking. I was like, yeah, there. That's what I think. That's what I think. That's from what I've seen and from what I've heard and from what I've analyzed. What I feel is like what that is. At least that representation of that Keyblade. So yeah, and then as I said, Lucio as Jens would also be extremely awesome. And then you said that you thought Lucio was Zigbar,
Sigvard, yeah.
and you said it was
But
because of the eye and the Keyblade.
people are pointing me the Sigvards sounds and act like the Master of Masters in the movie.
Like like Masters in the movie.
The Master of Masters, he sounds and move. You know the hand movements of Sigvard.
Huh.
Are there videos about it?
Yeah, the movie. People are like
But
comparing
comparing
Sigvard.
video. Oh yeah, okay. The
Yeah,
comparing
there's
Yeah,
video.
probably
comparing the
there's
voice.
probably theories. Yeah, theories and comparisons.
No, there
It
are
could also
theories
be. I mean, it
that
would be weird because I don't think it's been confirmed. Like it's possible, but it's also doubtful at the same time. That's how it happens with theories always.
yeah,
Uh, about
theories are theories.
because it hasn't been confirmed that Sigbar is able to time travel with other people. So maybe it's not even Yen Sid, or maybe it's not even Zigbar. Maybe it totally is. But you also got to see, like, in those timelines, like Zigbar, when exactly did Braig become Zigbar? Like, what was the specific moment where it happened? We also know that Braig woke back up, but Zigbar is still around. Uh, it's weird. It's weird, man.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah, if people don't know who Braig is, Zigbar is Braig's nobody. And there was a moment where his heart was taken, and then Zigbar was born, but Braig was still alive and passed out, and his heart returned, and now he's awake. So it's weird, but it's something that's already happened. So it's a thing. It's not a theory anymore. But then, how does that? Because we know that Xehanort can travel with people, and all versions of Xehanort can travel with people, but we still haven't seen Xehanort time travel with anyone.
Not that
Like
we know of.
Xehanort, not that exactly, not that we know of. Like we haven't seen him do it yet, so it's not confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
It is confirmed that he can travel with people within the same timeline because he's able to move around with Riku. He's able to to enclose an area into a timeless place with the world that never ends and with Terra during their fights. And we know he can travel within the universe at the same moment anywhere he wants, as he did with passed out Ventus. Where first he took him to Destiny Island, but then he reacted, then he took him to Ericus. So there are things that it's just really weird in that fact, I guess. It's like I said, Xehanort is just a headache with his entire existence.
You got that right. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So time is almost up. Anything else you wanna spit out? I think we have to do another theory. I have a friend. His name is Eskimo. He also wants to discuss with us some theories and fanning out about this awesome franchise. So let's see if I can get him to these kinds of podcasts this week. If not, well, we can do it later on during this year. It doesn't matter. But yeah, this is the year for Kingdom Hearts. You know, it's something
Oh
that
yeah.
we've been all been waiting for. But you know, as for Kingdom Hearts fans, this year we have a lot of competition for the best game of the year, because this is a candidate for a game of the year
Game
title.
of the year.
We
Yes.
we don't know yet. No one's finished the game yet. We don't know. They might fuck it up.
Well,
Don't say that. Don't say
But I
well,
can tell you. But I can tell you, at the end of the year, there's going to be a resurgence of fans for these games because this game is definitely going to be on top 10 lists of
yes,
2019
yes, yes.
for sure.
That's
It's
gonna
like
be yes.
yeah, like whatever hope I had last year with Monster Hunter World, it's actually going to happen this year with Kingdom Hearts 3. Like I was very disappointed not a lot of people liked Monster Hunter World at the end of the year. But with Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm not going to be disappointed.
Like, hey, it's different. Kingdom Hearts has this huge fan base, and it's the fan base of Kingdom Hearts. You cannot compare the same fan base as The Last of Us or the Monster Hunter. It's just so small fan base versus a so big fan base. It's just like the Kingdom Hearts fan base. It's just immense. As you could, we haven't even seen the actual what they actually made in this first week. We're gonna see it. I think it will be this Saturday or next week. But I think it's gonna break records, man. Because
oh yeah.
especially on
yeah.
the PlayStation side. I don't know about the Xbox, but I know on the PlayStation side, yes, they're gonna win a lot of money, and I hope Square Enix go back to its roots with this game.
Yeah, this is. I think you said it, Zyber. But this is currently Square Enix's most popular IP right now,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
indeed.
we need to wait for Final Fantasy VII.
Ah, the remake. Oh gosh. Okay, let's just stop it right here, guys. So we don't.
That's not happening. That's not happening.
Yes. All right, guys. This is not gonna be the end. Let's see if we can do another podcast, another theory podcast, and finding out and all that. Please don't forget to favorite, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for supporting the channel. This has been Zarapunky.
Kinda.
And it's.
And we'll see you guys later.
See you guys later. Bye.
Simple and clean is the way
Tonight.
we